Hey guys, and what the heck is going on? It's Invader here, dropping another video, and there's certainly a lot of different and noteworthy things to talk about. First, I want to talk about some information that was revealed about a week or so ago. Microsoft's next Xbox console, codenamed Scorpio, will supposedly be able to record 4K 60 frames per second video clips. Now, as an upload studio content creator, this would be pretty huge, as right now you can only do 720p, 30 frames per second. So the thought of having higher quality video recordings on the box itself is a really exciting prospect if true. You know, granted, the higher quality video will take up more hard drive space. I think we can all live with that for a better quality image. And I certainly hope that this turns out to be true, as I like the convenience of it all. I just really hope that Upload Studio gets a big overhaul in its features, because it really needs it. Henceforth, I'll admit, I haven't played a Mass Effect game in a while, the last one being Mass Effect 2, which I thought was pretty freaking awesome. But I'll admit, I was kind of Mass Effected out by the end of it. That's just me, but I always had a fondness for the series. And you know, I'd rather not get on the hate-spewing bandwagon that a lot of other people have been lately with Mass Effect Andromeda. I've seen a good portion of the videos circling around about the many bugs and rough animations in the game, but honestly, I think it's fair to say that this game could have used more time in the oven. More time to polish off whatever defects and glitches have occurred. Because right now, that's all you hear about with Mass Effect Andromeda at the moment. That, and you tend to expect more with a title with the name of Mass Effect. It holds weight in the industry, and you tend to expect a top-level degree of polish and finishing touches. I know that obviously you can't get every bug there before launch, but still I think the core fans deserve something a little better. It's a shame the way the game's been handled by EA and BioWare, and they should be embarrassed by this. Honestly, I'm not trying to hate on the game, but I think it's fair to point out that things could have been avoided if they had waited a little longer with a release date. You expect more from these big publishers and studios. And to me, honestly, the combat looks fun. The worlds in Andromeda look really interesting to explore. But man, a lot of this negativity is certainly going to cause a lot of people to back away. Do I think it's as bad as what people are making it out to be? No, probably not. But it's hard to tell people to spend $60, $70 on something that looks like it has issues. And I think that EA and BioWare have a lot of work to do moving forward to promote the image of Mass Effect. You know, it's okay to criticize these companies, guys. You want these games to get better and the direction that you want them to be in. Here, for example, I'm a Ferrari Formula 1 fan, and over the last 4 or 5 years, they haven't been doing as well as I'd like, and I'm vocal with my displeasure. As have a lot of fans, and maybe they'll get something right with the engine tinkering and so on. And if not this year, then maybe next year. But again, you have to be vocal about things, otherwise, you know, things won't change and they'll just stay status quo. Anyways, moving on. The other day, Microsoft announced a new controller called the Recon Tech. It's military-inspired with special etched patterns on the front and back. Otherwise, it's Bluetooth compatible, and it just looks really sexy. But you know, as much as I do enjoy the look of the new controller, I've got to say that I don't think Xbox really needs any more controllers right now. I mean, it's cool that they want to pump out some new designs, but at the same time, I would much rather like to see more games, even if they're on a smaller scale. It just feels like with Halo Wars 2 just releasing, we won't be seeing any exclusive games until maybe the summer, aside from Voodoo Vince Remastered, of course, and I am looking forward to that. I just like to see more invested in original game properties at the moment. It's just something that I feel is fair to point out as an Xbox fan. Moving over to another topic, I'd like to say that for the last couple of months, Games with Gold has been doing a pretty darn good job with choosing interesting, worthwhile titles. I had really wanted to try out Layers of Fear for the longest time, which I'm playing right now in this video, but because of a game backlog, I just didn't want to pull the trigger when it first got released. But I got to say that it really impressed me. Everything from the atmosphere, the scares, to interesting story. You know, when you're looking over your shoulder constantly, you're doing something right in a horror game. You know, definitely download it and check it out if you haven't already. And by the way, the April Games with Gold list has been announced. It will feature Rise, Son of Rome, The Walking Dead Season 2, and for backwards compatible 360 games, Darksiders and Assassin's Creed Revelations. Now, even though I've already played Rise, heck, I got it at the Xbox One launch night. I'm happy more people get to play this game. It deserves more attention, and I hope this leads to more word of mouth for the game. Moving on again, so it appears that the lid is about to be opened up on Destiny 2. Pictures have recently surfaced from an Italian retailer for posters featuring Destiny 2. Everything from what I can tell seems to be legitimate, and it definitely fits into the whole Bungie Activision timeline. Supposedly, it releases in early September and will feature a more engaging story and more interesting places to explore and relatable characters. I really hope all this is true. As I've said before, I really didn't care for the first Destiny as it felt very off story-wise, and I missed the Bungie way of storytelling that they did with Halo. I know a lot of people enjoy different aspects of Destiny, and that's cool, but it wasn't for me. Hopefully this new iteration fixes the issues and concerns of fans. There's also mention of a public beta with early access coming to the PlayStation 4. I take it Sony has the marketing for Destiny again, and that makes a lot of sense. Going on to something else, supposedly the Nintendo Switch is doing, well, exceedingly well actually. According to Nintendo, it's their fastest selling console in many markets. I'm not sure about the exact numbers, but many regions are reporting really good numbers for it. Not only that, but the new Zelda game, Breath of the Wild, has been reviewing phenomenally. Honestly, I'm glad to see Nintendo doing well. Healthy competition in the gaming industry is a good thing to see. I'm just curious to see what happens within the next year. We know Splatoon 2 is coming in the summer, and also Super Mario Odyssey around Christmas time, I think. But what else are we going to see from Nintendo? I've been hearing rumors for a while now about a supposed Beyond Good and Evil game with timed Nintendo exclusivity, but we'll see if it ever comes to fruition. I'm interested to see how the Nintendo Switch plays out in the next year or two. It's a much different kind of console that we're accustomed to, and I'm wondering if they'll jump onto the whole Sony and Microsoft thing about making a more powerful derivative of the Switch in this generation, but time will tell. So guys, what are your thoughts on Destiny 2 announcement? Are you excited? Also, for those of you who have played Mass Effect Andromeda, how are you enjoying it so far? Please leave a comment down below. Well guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also remember to hit that little bell beside the subscribe button to get notified about future content. Invader, out.